So, the Black Ops 2 Platinum consists of 50 trophies, 51 if you include the Platinum trophy itself. The Platinum is split up into 3 separate sections in the game. Multiplayer with 4 trophies, Zombies with 10 trophies, and Campaign with the most at 36 trophies. My goal for this Platinum is for me to be in the top 10 first people to unlock the trophy in the world, so make sure you watch it all the way through to see if I've done it.
I'm sick of this asshole. Get rid of him. Get that son of a bitch out of my sight.
And it's all been changed. Oh, but this is so nice to see. Even though I have been playing Plutonium, it's nice to see all this. Detour, wow, this map. This map was horrible. Oh, I need to change my buttons as well. Oh, it feels so different as well coming from Plutonium onto this PS5 port, because it's locked to 60 frames per second. After reminiscing over the small details and changes they made, I wanted to tackle the first trophy. Welcome to the Penthouse. Prestige once in multiplayer public match. Easy. A little too easy, just time consuming. The best way to go about this fast is to be good at the game. Getting kills, getting medals, getting score streaks, it all adds up towards leveling up quicker. I should have explained what this gold trophy is. So going from level 1 all the way up to level 55 gives you the opportunity to prestige. Then from there, all you have to do is press a button in the barracks, then you return back to level 1 again. But this time, it's prestige 1, level 1 instead, and that should net you the gold trophy. Throughout this, whilst you're getting this main gold trophy, you can easily earn the other 3 trophies on multiplayer whilst leveling up at the same time. Welcome to the club, trained up, and party animal. The first one is by getting to level 10. Need I say anything about this one? I mean, really. I forgot to put on my trophy notifications last night and I got one of them by accident because I forgot about it. The second one is by winning 10 matches in combat training. This one is kind of tricky if the game is dead, or should I say if the game mode is dead, because then you won't be able to find lobbies initially to actually win those games. But if you're semi-decent at the game, you should easily get this trophy if you're wanting to go for the Platinum. Nice. That should be the trophy, surely. It's 10 wins now. There we go. I was wondering where it was for a second. Okay, that's that done. Now lastly, the Party Animals trophy. This one is more trickier than the other ones, but you don't actually have to win. You have to get in the top 3 and that counts as a win. The Party Gamers consists of Gun Game, Sticks and Stones, Sharpshooter, and One in the Chamber. All fun modes in their own way. My personal favourite out of the 4 is of course Gun Game. Now for me, this was relatively quick to get the Party Animals trophy, but if you're not very good at the game, you might struggle at this, and honestly, I've got no tips. If you're bad at the game, I don't know how you're going to get past this one, other than maybe boosting for it. That's the only thing I can say. If I do win this game, however, I've done this in under an hour, which I'm quite impressed by.
One in the chamber.
Where is this guy? Is he camping? On One in the Chamber, really? No, okay, I've got third anyway. I've got third anyway. As I said, I am awful at this mode. But that's the 10th win. And then the only trophy left for multiplayer is the one where I have to prestige once. There we go. Party Animal. But these trophies, pretty easy, just a little time consuming with the Welcome to the Penthouse one. But all in all, multiplayer was very, very fun to go back to and play on a console. I want to save the best for last, which is Zombies. So I'm going to get this one done right now and the trophy should pop up. That one might be the most time consuming one. I don't know because I've never done all the campaign trophies before. Hopefully this was the most time consuming one. I hope. Oh campaign, was I wrong about you not taking so long? Campaign is a mix of trophies, but as I've already played the game before, I had a general idea of the path I would take to get the trophies in the best way. So I started off my first full campaign run on Veteran, which is the hardest difficulty. There we go, it's first trophy done. The reason why I played on Veteran first is that there are 2 trophies in which you have to beat all future missions and all 4 old school missions in Veteran. Doing these total up to the entire campaign, so it's best I play the story on the hardest difficulty to get those 2 along the way. Mixed in with this, you get a trophy after completing every single mission. Wait for it. There we go. Death from above. And then Futurist. That's the... There we go, Black Ops 2 Master as well. Completing the whole campaign on Veteran. This took me about 5 hours, 6 hours I think in total to complete the whole campaign on Veteran. So it depends on your skill level of course, but it wasn't that hard at all. If you've played older Call of Duties on Veteran, those are much more difficult than this one because this one has so many checkpoints. Just use guns with Target Finder or MMS Sight and you should be good. When I play Call of Duty campaigns on Veteran, I get flashbacks to a video I made where I got the platinum on the first Call of Duty game on the PS3. I won't say much, but go watch that video after this if you want to see an extremely difficult campaign or if you want to see me in pure pain. Anyways, I forgot to get the side missions done, and these side missions are called Strike Force missions. There is 5 of these missions in total, and these are an optional thing during the story for a different outcome, I think, at the end. I don't actually know.
Claws are armed and en route to your...
Now, next up was one of the rarest trophies back on the PS3 version, and so far one of the rarest trophies on this version too. Giant Accomplishment. Complete all challenges in Black Ops 2. This trophy is extremely frustrating. With 16 missions in the game and 10 challenges on each mission, how many challenges are there in total? That's right, 160. These challenges vary from mission to mission with stuff like get 20 melee kills and or stop the plane from taking off. However, with each main mission, there are 2 set challenges. One is to go through the entire mission without dying, and the second one is to collect 3 pieces of intel. Because I am doing all the challenges trophy, I will also gain the high IQ trophy at the end of this too, which is collecting all the intel. Weirdly, I decided to get every challenge done on the 5 Strike Force missions first. These were annoying, but I won't go into too much detail as there's so much for this trophy to talk about and cover. Because these missions mean nothing because, you know, they're the side missions of the game, let's explain all these challenges on these 5 missions with one word only. Shipwreck. Easy. FOB Spectre. Long. IED. Pain. Second Chance. Random. And finally Dispatch. Boring. Yeah, that sums up those 5 missions. Quick interruption to say I got this trophy for getting 10k score on every mission, and this one for completing all challenges on a single mission. Also subscribe, road to 300 subs before the end of the year, you never know. Okay, here's the meat and potatoes of this trophy. Starting off with the first main mission. Pyrrhic Victory. Yeah, that one. The challenge I struggled with the most was the 5 mortar kills in one hit, and dolphin dive on a grenade and survive. Patience was very strong to have with this mission, especially with the grenade one. I got to a specific section, and if they didn't throw a grenade, I would die and restart from the checkpoint. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you need to grab a flak jacket just before this on the boat, and if you don't grab that flak jacket, you got to restart the main mission all over again from the very beginning. But I got that one done. It took a while though. Yes. Next was the 5 mortar kills, and on this section, I thought it'd be the best area to get this completed. Yes. And it did take me a while to figure out that this section would be the best, because I went through the entire mission multiple times to figure out where is the best area to do this. And I got this mission fully completed, all challenges, in just under an hour. This might have been probably the worst mission in the entire campaign for all these challenges. for me, now that I think about it. I don't know why. During this, I got the back in time trophy for using a future weapon in an old school mission too. Delirium was next, and I didn't have too much trouble on this, other than maybe trying to destroy the HDR drones with the nitrogen tanks. But all in all, Delirium was not too bad at all to get all the challenges. Old Wounds, not too much of a hassle again. I would have to play the mission at least twice to get everything done, but the only one I had struggle with was trying to survive the whole mission without dying. The reason for this was because of the random grenades that they would throw out in the open, and you don't get any time if they throw these grenades to move away or whatever, and you would just instantly die. And then again, you would have to restart the mission from the very beginning. But other than that, the other challenges aren't too bad when you target them. Time and Fate. This mission is split up between playing as Menendez and as Mason. I think it's Mason, or it's Woods. No, it's Mason. This mission was not too bad. I had a bit of difficulty with getting the shotgun kills because at this part with Menendez, you have to rely on the random luck of spawns. So if they aren't spawning correctly in the right areas, well, that's a shame. You won't be getting this challenge and you have to restart from the beginning. I'm going to be saying restart from the beginning so many times. Then you have to sit through 5 minutes of cutscenes, which you can't skip if you fail at this one specific 10-second area, which of course is annoying, but I got Time and Fate done. Fallen Angel. I heard people saying this was the most frustrating mission in the entire campaign to earn all the challenges, but when I played it, I got everything I possibly could do on my first run done. I was surprised by that. Then I got the rest done on the second run, and then that was it. I didn't need any other additional plays of that mission. I got it done in 2 goes, and I was quite happy about it. If people are struggling on this, I can understand why, because this mission is very, very slow, mainly because half of it is a stealth mission. But keep going if you're struggling with this one. I just got this one done in 2 goes and I don't really know what else to say. Yeah. The trophy which I forgot about was the Hey Good Looking trophy. During the very, very ending of this mission, there is a part where if you turn right, avoiding the flames, you gain a trophy. I think there's another trophy here for not going into the fire with Harper as well. Yeah, there we go. Karma. The first run of Karma was pretty easy. I accidentally injured a friendly, so I don't get the 100% survivability challenge of not dying, because if you fail the mission, that counts as a death. But all in all, it wasn't too bad. I had a bit of a pain on this section where you have to get the spider drone through the vents and at the security person at the end in under 60 seconds, but after about 7 or 6 restarts, I managed to get that one done. A bit like the Time and Fate mission, the intro is around 5 minutes long, so you can do the maths on how long I spent restarting just for that spider drone challenge. Suffer with me. This was a complete mess of a mission for me because I forgot about a lot of things whilst going through it. It also is one of those missions where I feel like it's super, super long, as well as the challenges feeling super random and easily missable if you just completely forget them. Trying not to die on this mission is quite easy for once, unlike the other ones, because you can just run through all the enemies on the easiest difficulty, which is quite nice. However, there is one bit at the very end where you spent 20 minutes through the mission and you can just insta-die. You can just insta-die and that's it. You got to restart from the very beginning. And it's this bit here.
Hell, we've already been.
Move! Gunship strike! Inbound!
What? What a joke. I've got to restart this whole mission again. So the way I got around this was to make sure I was running with Noriega the whole time. It's literally 5 seconds, this little part as well. So make sure you're running with him, keeping to the left. Don't jump when he jumps, otherwise he can block you and you can fall and insta-die and fail. But just as soon as he jumps, make sure you jump literally like a split second after him and you should make the jump. That's the only bit I struggled with. It's kind of annoying. I didn't really struggle with it, I only failed it once. But all the other challenges, again, was quite easy when you target them. And yeah, other than that, no problems with Suffer with me. This was my last trophy before I got past the last few missions completed. This trophy was earned through me shooting Mason in the leg instead of killing him. Okay, I'm gonna shoot him in the leg twice. Nice. There we go. Achilles Veil. This is the mission where you either keep Harper alive or you kill him. most notably. And this was refreshing, with the main fact, just like Suffer With Me, you could just run through the majority of this mission. And the challenge itself, after targeting them, wasn't too bad either. So all in all, Achilles Veil was a nice mission. Odysseus. But back-to-back missions here, which was refreshing again, to actually have all the challenges be nice and easy, nothing too tricky, just target them, get them done in maybe 2 or 3 goes at the mission, and then that's it. Again, I'm not really covering most of the challenges because, as you see on the screen, they're just simple ones like get 5 kills or whatever, so then they're nothing too complicated, but it's some bits of the challenges in some of the missions are kind of like confusing as to why, you know, they're tricky, but it is what it is. Odysseus was nice and easy. Cortis Dia. Again, another mission where I've seen people struggle with, just like Fallen Angel, but for me, I didn't have any bother with this mission. On my veteran run, I got a lot of the trickier challenges done where you have to get in this VTOL ship thing, and I got quite a lot of them done in my veteran run. I know one of them that people were saying is bad is getting 100% accuracy on the SAM turret at this first part, and trust me, it's easy when you know where they're coming from. And if you look at the bar in the middle, right there on your screen, I've highlighted it, this will show you where they're spawning from, the planes. So just hold and wait until they're all locked on, fire, and then look at the bar in the middle, turn around, hold and wait and fire. Trust me, it's super easy once you know that. Getting the sniper kills, I had to restart twice for that one. But it's easy. Once you've done it again, just got to restart. Nothing too difficult there. This mission, I know it's difficult for some, but you'll get past it because it's the second mission left for the entire campaign. Judgment. Okay, on to the last mission now for all the challenges. And the main challenge I got stuck on, I did get stuck on one of the challenges, was having to survive this skydiving section without being hit. I had to restart about 7 times, and I did kind of get a bit tilted until I realized that in part where they start firing the missiles, you see yellow glows, and that's where the missiles are going. I didn't realize this until my 7th go, and I could easily avoid them. I thought they were completely random on where the missiles were going, and I was just getting annoyed that I was being hit by the smoke. So that's just dumbness by me on that part. But shortly after getting that done and targeting the other challenges, which was, you know, quite easy again, I finally got all 160 challenges on the Black Ops 2 campaign completed, and along with this, I got the high IQ trophy for collecting all of the intel as well. Ah, here. There we go. That's all intel done. Now I've just got to get to the end of the mission, and I should get myself 2 trophies. Nowhere near as bad as Black Ops 3's campaign all trophies. That is super, super painful. I only killed Menendez because it's a faster way of getting out of the mission. Wait for it. What? Okay, I was going to say. Ooh, got a bit worried for a second. That's all intel. Trophy done. Can't believe that's a bronze. And then there we go. Giant accomplishment. Still a little bit annoying that you can't skip the cutscenes and all that, but all around as a Black Ops 2 fan, a fun experience. I've never done this before, but I'm not yet done my campaign. I still have to go through and play it again to get different endings, to unlock different trophies. I just want to get onto zombies, I really do. Now, here was the last 5 cleanup trophies for the campaign section. Man of the People, Dirty Business, Good Karma, Ship Shape, and Showdown. But as you can hear in my voice there, you can tell I was extremely excited to play the campaign story another 3 times. I couldn't wait. The first one is for me to go into the mission Time and Fate and save civilians being attacked. As soon as I start off the rampage section with Menendez, there is 5 set civilians being attacked around the area. There is a house at the end at this first start of the mission, which is easily missable because it's not on the normal path. Let's save this person up here. That's 3. And save this one here. And run through the stables, and this should be the last one. And then there's the trophy. Very, very, very easy. The second one has me replaying the entire story from the 3rd mission to get a different outcome. I have to resist killing Kravchenko on this 3rd mission and allow Woods to kill him. Then, when I get to the 7th mission from the 3rd mission, I then have to get up to this interrogation part in the 7th mission, and then this cutscene will have a slight extended dialogue scene just because of me resisting to kill Kravchenko with Mason.
Even if there's people in the CIA.
Fucking Kravchenko. Remember what he said in Afghanistan?
There we go.
What's going on here, Woods?
Dirty business. Now for the good karma trophy. I really wish I started this in my veteran playthrough because it would have saved me a lot of time. However, I didn't, and here we are. This trophy begins on the mission Karma, then I need to catch up to the Falco and kill him. Then I needed to complete all available Strike Force missions again. How fun. Then I needed to complete Suffer With Me, the new Strike Force missions after that, and then when I got to Achilles Veil, I had to kill Harper. Even though I was against doing that, because I like Harper. And finally, the last step was on Odysseus, the next mission, where I would wound Admiral Briggs by shooting him in the leg. And finally, after all that, the trophy popped, only when I got to the end of the mission, however. Yep, there's that one. And there's the good ending here. And here's the good karma trophy. As you saw there, I got 2 trophies, so let me rewind and tell you how I got this one. So, the 4th trophy was for completing all Strike Force missions during the main story part, and for wounding Admiral Briggs. Last up was the Showdown trophy. Again, I had to rewind the story once again. For this one, I had to rewind it all the way back to the Karma mission, and then this time I had to let the Falco escape in the plane instead of catching up to him and killing him. Then go through Suffer With Me once again, and then on to the next mission, where for another time, I had to kill Harper. After doing all that, when I got up to the part where I meet Admiral Briggs again in Odysseus in the next mission, that's when I acquired the last campaign trophy. So here we go. This is why it's different. Farid tries to kill the Falco. And the Falco shoots back and Farid dies. It's a whole different cutscene. And there's the trophy. Final campaign trophy. Final campaign trophy. I don't have to play campaign anymore. After spending the majority of 2/3 whole days on campaign only and not allowing myself to play multiplayer or zombies to chase that top 10, I was so ready to move on to... Finally, I'm on zombies. Okay. Straight into it. I'm in a public match. I don't know why, because I just wanted to play a public match as my first game. So let's start knocking off some of these zombies trophies. You can already tell by the shift in my voice that I was looking forward to getting this done, and I got straight into it with the first trophy 2 minutes in. There's these areas scattered around the map of transit under the lampposts, in which you can create a teleporter by taking a denizen underneath it. In combination with a turbine buildable or the main power of the map, this creates a teleporter. There we go. Moving 40 seconds forward, I gained another trophy for killing a denizen. These monsters hide in the foggy areas of the map. Yeah, there we go. That's another trophy. I then sat and soaked up the grey unsaturated fogginess of what is transit. This was only because it was my first game on the PS5 version, but I knew there was no time to waste for that top 10, so I got moving swiftly on to my next objective. I simply had to drink the Tombstone perk and acquire my items upon returning back to life after the round has passed. The fastest way to do this was to load into a game of Town. I'm not going to get all the perks because I'm probably going to leave after this game, or after I've got the trophies, should I say. Which I hate doing. I hate leaving public matches. Okay, there we go. Now I'll spawn back in, and I'm going to grab my tombstone. And there's the trophy. Down to my grave. Going back into a public match, I thought this would be the best place to get this part-related trophies done, as maybe my teammates would help me out with some of the parts. I hoped. I decided to go for the happy hour trophy at this time, which is drinking 2 perks without the power being turned on. So once the turbine is built, this acts as a portable power machine. So when I was at diner, I got a speed cola perk by placing the buildable near the machine. And whilst I was at farm, I picked up the last part of the bus, which was in the barn here. Then I placed that on the bus and then got a trophy for placing all the parts on the bus. And when I apply this, I should get the trophy. Yep. Undead Man's Party Bus. Shortly afterwards, I drank a double tap in the barn at farm, and I gained the happy hour trophy. And then there's the trophy. Next up on the to-do list was this here, which was to acquire 4 different buildables in one game of transit. This involves the 4 main buildables around the map. The turbine at bus depot, the shield at diner, the lawnmower turret at farm, and the electric trap at power station. I didn't do the jet gun, which is at town, because it involves too many parts around the map and I wasn't bothered doing that. As every one of my teammates left on a public match, I decided to build all of them myself, as I roughly remembered the parts in each of these areas. That's the turbine built. That's 1 out of 4. Zombie shield built. Yeah, that's a turret lawnmower thing he built. Yeah. That's the electric trap built and the trophy completed. In the same game, I thought it'd be smart to wait for the Avogadro to spawn in, and here we go. This was my first glimpse of a stump in the road, but I'll get back to that. Because of this thing decided not to spawn in, I acquired the EMPs from out the box and gained another trophy for EMPing 10 zombies with 1 EMP throw. Surely this time I get the EMPs. Spent so much on the box, please. Wow. Nice, first up. Okay, now I just have to pacify 10 zombies. So I swear they forgot to code the ballistic knives when you had the Bowie knife and you hit a zombie. Like, listen to the sound of this. It doesn't make a noise.
Okay, now you're...
Anyways, I throw my EMP. As long as it doesn't go in the fire.
That didn't surprise
There we go.
me.
The light of their eyes.
All about those.
Now, moving on to the Easter egg trophy for the map Transit. For this, it requires additional players. If you need some players for this, I recommend going on the PSN Profiles website and going onto the gaming sessions section, and there should be people looking for other players to do this Easter egg. Now, this Easter egg is interesting. I won't go into detail again because I could go on forever talking about all the minute details, but there are 2 sides to this Easter egg, the Maxis side and the Richtofen side. We chose the Maxis side as it was the one that we knew. I say we, but it was just 2 of us that mainly knew how to do the Easter egg. First thing was to build the turbine and get the hell out of Bus Depot to go and get points from out of the bank in town. The hardest part in my opinion is hitting the box to try and get EMPs. That's my main annoyance from this Easter egg, is just that part, because you can spend an infinite amount of time hitting the box, running to where the box spawns next, hitting it again, running again, you get the picture. During this, because of sound and recording reasons, I couldn't use my mic and it became very frustrating at parts. Okay, next for me, as my teammates was turning on the power, I had to make my way all the way over to the cornfield underneath the transmission tower pylon structure thingy. After that, I was waiting for the Avogadro to spawn in, but that wasn't the problem. It was more the problem of trying to get it underneath the transmission tower, and as you can see, I went down trying to do this. But I eventually killed him with the EMP, which is part of the step. You have to kill him with the EMP, in combination with placing a turbine underneath the transmission tower at the same time. I can't remember if you do it afterwards or before, I don't really know. And then it was on to the final step, and because I didn't have my mic plugged in for this to communicate with my teammates, I had to rely on them to do this final step. Because this was taking so long, I actually stopped the recording because I was waiting on them to get it all done and stuff. So I didn't have the actual footage for this, I only have this clip of me showing you afterwards. This is it here, this is it done. I can't believe it, man. I wasn't recording this whole time, but this is the last step. You got to place the turbines at the same time, and then it gives you the trophy. So it's nothing you've missed out on, but I've done it. Worst Easter egg of all time. What, just the worst Easter egg of all time. After getting that done, I had 2 trophies remaining until I had the Platinum for Black Ops 2, and I was prepared to tackle another trophy, which was Don't Fire Until You See. Open all doors without being set on fire. This was done on Transit. Teleporters was not a viable option as they can spawn you in areas where the fire would be blocking you from progressing to the next area, so that wasn't really the route to take. The proper way of doing this is by using the bus. Now, using the bus is the best way because you sequentially go across the whole map evenly, so you go to diner, then farm, then power, all by opening the doors because there's only like 4 doors maximum in each area. So this was the way to take it, was on the bus. And when it says all doors, it means all doors. This is including all the turbine doors and the pack-a-punch door, which is only available to open with a turbine. So the method I followed for this, which was what I found out to be the best way, was to open the bus depot door, because that was the only one, and the other 2 power ones with the turbine, then get on the bus, make my way over to diner, build up as many points as I can before the bus would leave, then save a zombie, then move on to opening all the doors at diner, and then when the bus would leave, go to farm, open all the doors there, including all the turbine doors, get back on the bus as quick as possible because the bus leaves fast, make my way over to power station with the bus, and open up all the doors there. But the other thing at the power station was for me to build up more points because of course you need points for this, and the more points I had, the better it would be. So I built up as many points as I can, opened up all the power doors, turned on the pack-a-punch door at power, hopped on the bus, the top of the bus, because it was leaving just as I was leaving the power, which was convenient. The bus seems to leave very, very fast at power as soon as you go down into the power station, so be wary of that if you're trying this trophy. Also be wary of unpausing recordings with zombies near you. Oh my god! Just cut to when I'm back at town. Just cut to when I'm back at town. Then, finally, at town. This was the trickiest area because there's a lot of fire everywhere. But if you are careful, this trophy should be pretty simple after a couple of tries. And I opened my last door with the turbine at town, and it concluded with the trophy.
Wait a minute. You mean
Intense. Very intense, but fun. Now all that is left is to kill the Avogadro. I think the Avogadro spawns more frequently when you're playing with people. On solo, I swear, it doesn't spawn in. Like ever. Finally, I was not expecting this to be my last trophy to earn when I started off this platinum, but here we are. You have no power over me. In transit, defeat him without being attacked by him. Now, this trophy was very tedious, very annoying, because he wouldn't spawn in when I would play on solo for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, I forgot to mention. Him, as mentioned in the trophy, is the Avogadro, which is the boss enemy of the map Transit. This electro-skeleton-looking thing. That thing. That. Now, trying to kill him isn't the problem, because you can use EMPs, which insta-kills him, or you can save up 6,000 points and buy Galva Knuckles up on the diner roof, which is only available to be opened if you have the part for it. The Galva Knuckles route was a bit more trickier to do, but it was worth it. But the EMPs are much better because it takes them out in one shot. Now, how do you get them to spawn in, you say? So the Avogadro should spawn in around 3 rounds or higher after you turn on the power. I'm going to say that. He should spawn in. When I played on solo multiple times, he didn't spawn in. So after spending 3 tries on transit, getting to round like 20-ish, I was a bit burnt out at this point. So I took a day off and came back the next day. Wait, that actually sounds pretty accurate. I don't know why, but last night I had horribly bad stomach pain. Maybe I had too much whey protein or something, I have no idea. Anyways, I need points. This trophy doesn't seem to be working for me, so I'm gonna go back to buried, get some points, put it in the bank, then play probably public match so the Avogadro gets distracted. So what I was thinking in my head after I had the points, I had everything set up, was to head into transit on round 1, build up as many points as I can by opening up the bank to get the Galva Knuckles on round 1 or round 2 as fast as I could, so I can hopefully get a better chance at spawning in the Avogadro much faster. But again, I changed my mind. Okay, the plan is, if it works, you know, this is just the idea. Because solo doesn't seem to be working for me, I'm going to play a few public matches. Hopefully the Avogadro gets distracted by a teammate, then I go in for the kill on the Avogadro. The thing is about that is most teammates leave before round 5. So we'll see how this goes. I see it. I see it. I see what he's done. This was a 50-50 risk going into this, was if the randoms would place the only part to get to the Galva Knuckles on the bus. I'm glad I decided to stay in that match though, because this happened. Oh my god, I just got the EMP. Okay, there's a chance. I got lucky and spun the box and got the EMPs, which, as I said, can insta-kill the Avogadro. All I had to do was hopefully get him to spawn in. Wait, the lightning's going off. Surely he's around somewhere. The Avogadro still hasn't spawned in, by the way, and that's round 18. He's here! He's here! He's here! He's here! Oh my god. Yes! That's the platinum! That's the platinum. I can't believe how long this has taken me. Now, it's time to see where I got in the world on the rankings. I'm hoping it's top 10, but I don't know. Because I held it off for another day, I don't know. Okay, I am now on PSN profiles. So when I press update profile, not update, and it's time to see. Okay, I said top 10, and I got 10th. I can't hate it. I can't hate it. So it's obviously not going to pop up now, but I got 10th. Unless someone updated it at the exact same time as me, which is cool. However, I could have got 7th if I just stuck to it and done it yesterday. But again, my stomach got the best of me. Okay, it's been like a month later. I've checked again and apparently I'm 9th. Maybe he deleted his account. I don't know. Here is my overall ranking of the Platinum. Honestly, I hold my own bias because I have good memories to the OG Black Ops 2 version, but the reason it's not a 10 out of 10 is because I've always said I dislike online trophies. Online trophies make older games impossible to Platinum because of the servers not being online. As well, a month on from release, the game has modders, somehow, which can be annoying. Another negative is the Platinum cannot be completed solo because of the trophy on the right, unfortunately, and campaign can be a bit dragging after the first couple of plays. Subscribe and like if you are new. Please subscribe and like. Subscribe and like, please, if you are new. Comment if you need help with any trophies in regards to Black Ops 2 or any Call of Duty. I will try and help you if there is one that you just want to throw a dart at me and say, how do I do this? I'll try and answer if I'm around. But that's all. Bye.